guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another YouTube video. So in today's video I'm really excited because I'm going to be bringing you guys my top 5 best study hacks for a college student, but these could also work if you're in high school too. These are just really good study tips and really good tips for acing exams, doing really good on your homework, keeping your grades up, and some of them might be pretty self-explanatory, but also some of them you may not know, and I really thought it would be helpful and useful. So with that being said, let's get started. So tip number 1 is one thing that I never really used in high school, but I started to really utilize in college is Quizlet. I always heard people talk about it and I was like, ugh, it's just so much work to like type out your flashcards. But honestly, like I think each teacher teaches different, so it depends. But in a class where you really need to study, or a class where the teacher kind of formulates tests based on the notes, questions, basically I like to just kind of use Quizlet as like my main study guide for some of my classes. It is my favorite. It's free, so it's accessible to everybody. You can use it on your phone, you can use it on your laptop, a desktop computer, whatever is available to you, and flashcards in general. So let's say you don't have access to that, a flashcard, you can use like note cards and make flashcards, and that is also really helpful. But what I like to do is just read through my notes and then formulate questions based on the notes, if that makes sense. And I will literally practice those until I get them. And then Quizlet also has a feature where you can star certain terms or certain questions that you may have trouble with, so you can really hone in on those, which I think is really, really helpful. So first tip is Quizlet. Definitely utilize it. I didn't think it was that beneficial until I started using it, and then I started acing my tests in those certain classes where it was most helpful. So definitely flashcards or Quizlet. So big tip number 2 is, this one's going to sound so obvious and so repetitive, but ask questions. Like, I was always someone in high school that was really scared to ask questions and maybe felt a little bit intimidated, but in college that has really kind of overcame me, and I definitely ask questions when needed. Email is a great way to reach your professors or your teachers. Stay after class if you or if they have time. Schedule. A lot of professors have like office hours where you can schedule a time to meet with them, and questions. And if you have a lot of questions, write them down, because sometimes I'll forget, and I'll write them down and then shoot them a quick email if it's longer than an email. Also, a lot of teachers have their phone posted on their syllabus, so you can always call them if you really need to talk but you don't have time to come visit them. So ask questions. That's just really important, to put yourself out there and ask questions. It shows that you're engaged, but also it just helps you in the long run be more confident, but also helps you in that specific area that you're struggling in. So ask questions. So tip number 3, never let yourself get too far behind. So for example, if you see that you're struggling a little bit, even if it's not a lot, I personally recommend getting a tutor. Most colleges have a free tutor section where you can sign up to be with a tutor, and it's free of charge, at least at my school it is. And anytime during the day, they have tutors specialized in certain subjects, which is really, really helpful. So if you're struggling in math, you can have a math tutor who has completed that course with that teacher, and it's just really great. If you don't have access to tutor from your school, reach out to an older sibling, a cousin, a friend at school, or maybe even a teacher that isn't teaching your specific class, but one that you're comfortable with tutoring you. And then again, if you have questions and your teacher can be kind of like a tutor for you, definitely, follow up with them and let them know that you're struggling, and they can always help you as well. But outside of that, it also sometimes helps to have somebody who has maybe completed the course or has been with that teacher and knows their style of teaching. So definitely utilize tutoring and study sessions with friends even. I consider that kind of like some sort of tutoring, especially if you guys are helping one another. So yeah, that is tip number 3. Find your place to study. Find the place where your mind is super focused. Find the place where you can concentrate the most, where you seem to get the most work done, where you're the most productive. That could be like your room. A lot of people don't like to use their room because they feel like they can't fully focus because they want to relax, which is totally normal. I personally, whenever I'm at school, at least since I am a commuter student, I like to utilize the library, especially when I have a lot of downtime. So that kind of ties in with tip number 4, is just utilize your downtime in the most productive way. If you have like an hour in between classes, maybe use that to study, use that to read, use that to catch up on assignments. So I really like a nice quiet space where I can put my headphones in, play some nice instrumental music, something that's not too distracting, and just really focus in. I also, of course, like to utilize planners and to-do lists and all that stuff, which brings us to tip number 5, the last final tip, which is to utilize planners and to-do lists and post-it notes where you can write things to remind yourself, calendars, all that stuff. Planning and staying organized has helped me so much. I personally am just one of those people that loves to stay organized and loves to stay planned. But if you're not, maybe start with baby steps. So maybe instead of buying or investing in like a nice planner, maybe just invest in some post-it notes where you can write your daily to-do list. Or if you're more of somebody that likes to type it out, type it on your phone. I keep one on my phone as well in case I don't have my planner with me. And it just keeps me very, very organized in turning in my assignments on time to where I keep, my grades good, knowing when my tests are so I know when and where to study, and just really keeping up with everything, especially in college when you're juggling so many things at once. If you work or if you play a sport on top of that, it's really important that you stay organized with your schoolwork so that you don't get behind. So I highly, highly recommend finding a good planner and find one that you enjoy, find one that you like, find a style that you like, buy some nice pens at once. But these tips have been very helpful both throughout high school and throughout college, but college specifically, I've seen myself really keep on top of assignments while also managing work and outside activities. So I really recommend these tips. I'm going to have them listed again down below just in case you want to revisit them. And I'm also going to list down below the link for Quizlet. I'm also going to link some planners that I like. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.